Fantastic. So my third out of 4 sessions today is about to start. My third solo session, and then if you're want to come along to the show and tell, the language teacher show and tell, you'd be more than welcome. That's going to be starting at 5 o'clock, so in 3 hours' time, if you're in the UK. So lovely to see some people coming in. We're going to start in about a minute or so. This one, again, completely different from the other content which I've been showing, although I will be showing some AI tricks and hacks, as well as some other ideas around YouTube and how we can use YouTube in the languages classroom to promote intercultural understanding, to give students access to authentic language, and how we can use different Chrome extensions and different AI tools to really maximize the YouTube clips which are available. So I'm just going to give you a little bit more time to come in. If you'd like to say hello in the chat, that would be great. I'm going to have the chat open throughout the session. So if you want to let me know where you're from, what time it is where you are, what languages you teach, if you're primary, secondary, or tertiary, I've got my, on my second screen, I've got the chat open and I've got the question and answer session open as well. So if you want to ask me any questions, obviously there's a lot of content I want to get through, but I can answer questions as they come up. In the chat, don't forget that if you click on where it says hosts and panelists and you select everyone, that means that everyone will be able to see your comments. So that's really important, really, in order for everyone to see everyone else's chat. So I really hope you found the language show useful so far. I'd like to officially thank the language show for this opportunity, and Linguiscope as well for sponsoring the event. As we know, these events would not be able to happen without sponsorship. So I'm very grateful to Linguiscope and to the language show for this opportunity. So I can see that people are coming in. So I think I'm going to make a start, because I know I've got a lot of content to cover, and you're all very, very welcome, and lovely to see you all here. So let me share my screen, and then we'll make a start. So there we are, Abdullah. It's 1 a.m. in Sydney. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'll try my best to keep you awake. So my name is Joe Dale, as you know. Those people that haven't seen me before, if I give you a little bit of background about myself, I'm a former languages teacher. I taught French for 13 years, 3 years at secondary school level, and then 10 years at middle school level, working with 9 to 13-year-olds. So I've got upper primary and secondary school experience. For the last 13 years or so, I've been an independent languages consultant, traveling around the world, speaking at conferences and running training in places like Australia, New Zealand, North America, South America, the Middle East, and all over Europe. So it's really lovely to have this international audience with me right now. For those people that would like to connect with me on social media, I'm at Joe Dale on Twitter, or X, as one says nowadays. I'm easy to find on LinkedIn as well. Just do a search for Joe Dale. You'll find me there. My email address, as you can see, is joedale@talk21.com. So get in touch if you'd like to. I'm going to be sharing the whole presentation with you, as I have for the other 2 presentations that I've given so far. And I'd love to hear from you around anything to do with technology, languages, and AI. And I'll be talking more about my training and things like that a bit later on in the session. So this is focusing on you and YouTube, quite a nice title, and how you can be more productive with it. So let's make a start. Okay, so to start off with, I thought I would use the Bitmoji extension, because it allows you to put in your own customized keywords. So I've just put you in YouTube and then created this really cool little graphic. That's supposed to be me, but maybe me 20 years ago or longer, I don't know. So there we are. And that's a lot of fun. If you haven't seen that before, that's a Bitmoji Chrome extension. You need to have a Bitmoji account. So you need to download the iOS or the Android app to create an account. Once you've got an account, you can then log into the Chrome extension, and you can then create different, you can find different images based on your avatar. Okay. Right. So let's get into this. So the first thing I'm going to show you is one of my favorite tricks in relation to not only YouTube, but search engines and sites in general. So the instructions are here, but I'm just going to show you live right now how this works. So if I were to come out of the presentation like this, and I were to go to a new tab like this, and let's imagine I wanted to find a video around Little Red Riding Hood. You can see I've got it open here, but let's imagine I wanted to find it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the Y key and tab at the same time. And you can see now there's a little Y that's appeared. That's short for YouTube. And what I'm going to do now is put in le petit chaperon rouge like that. Can you see? And press enter. And what it's doing is it's allowing me to search YouTube directly from the browser. This is fantastic. So I don't have to go to YouTube directly and search. I can just do it directly from the browser. Now, how did I do this? Let me show you. What you do is you click in the what's called the Omni box, which is essentially the search bar in Chrome. This is a Chrome trick. It only works in Chrome as far as I'm aware. You then right click and you click where it says Manage Search Engines and Site Search. Okay, Manage Search Engines and Site Search. You then click on that. This then comes up and you scroll down and you go to where it says Additional Sites here. Okay, and you can see I've made a number of these different shortcuts already. For example, if I put in CW, it takes me straight to the Chrome Web Store. Now, if I go down to here, you'll see that it says YouTube and Y, and I click on the little pencil icon, and you can see that what you do is you put in the name that you want for the search engine. It can be more than one word. You don't have to have, you can have spaces. You don't have to have it so there are no spaces. You can write whatever you want. Then you put in a shortcut key. So I've used the Y letter. And then here you put in this special query, okay? And what I've done, if I just click save now, what I've done is I have put this for you here. So you can literally copy that and replicate the same idea. So let's imagine I wanted to do this for the Language Show website. So if I go to Language Show, like this, okay? And I click on that, like this, and I've now got the URL. Let's imagine, there's a website like the Language Show that we go to every single day and we use it all the time. How can we make that process simpler and easier? So I've shown you how you can search YouTube, but you can also use this as a way of finding a website quickly. So if I go to here, Manage Search Engines, and I go to where it says Additional Sites, like that, and I click Add, like that, and I write in whatever I would like Language Show, like that, making sure I spell it correctly. I put in this shortcut. So for this one, I'm going to put in LS, because if I put in L, that's been taken already for LinkedIn. So that's all good. And then I then paste in the link. That's all you have to do. And that's it. Then you click Add. Now, if I go to a new tab like this, and I write LS, can you see it's got Language Show now in bold? So I click on that, and I'm now straight on the website. So this is a productivity tip. So obviously for YouTube, you could put in YT if you wanted to, because you already used the Y for searching YouTube. You could put in, say, YT or what have you. For the YouTube Studio, which is what I use when I upload my videos to YouTube, I just put YS, which is really simple. And then anything at all like Facebook, like Twitter, like your calendar, just put in a letter. And it will go straight there. So you just have to customize it based on that Manage Search Engines option by right-clicking the search box. So do try that out. It's a really good tip, and that's one that I use every single day, not only searching for YouTube, but also for going to my favorite websites. So that's a top tip to start off with. Right. So having found a clip, I'm going to go to this one here. I'm going to show you this particular Chrome extension called Reclipped. You'll see that I've got the links to all of these at the bottom of each slide. I'm going to be showing the whole presentation with you, so you'll be able to access everything. So I'm not going to go to the Chrome web store for every single one, because that will take too much time. You can just access it like this. So here we are. I'm now on this website, and I've got the video for Le Petit Chaperon Rouge, dessin animé en français. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let's just go back and remind myself. Right, I'm going to go to Reclipped. Right, so you can see here, I've got some icons here, and I've also got some icons here, and that's because I have the Chrome extension installed. So what I could do is I could click here where it says Create Summary Note. So I click on that, and as you can see, what's happened is it's realized that I'm at 11 seconds into the video, and here I can make a little note. So I could write something like, that's interesting, or whatever I want to do, yeah? And then I could then say, go further on, and I could then click here, and then I could then click on the, can you see, insert transcript? I can click here, for example, and as you can see, it says transcripts. It says it's not available for this one. That's fine. So I can just write in another note, or here, etc., and another note. So in other words, you can use Reclipped as a way of making notes about a particular video for encouraging independent learning. So as a teacher, you could do that, or obviously as a student, you could do that if you're allowed to install Chrome extension. So this would only be available if you're using, let's say, a laptop or a Mac or a Chromebook, etc. And then you would just click save.
Oh, mais grand, que tu as de grandes oreilles.
Okay, and so as you can see, I've made my little note there, and then I can then click on the share option. I can enable sharing if I want to. I don't have to do that if I don't want to. And I can also, I think that if I click here, that's an upgrade one. Let me just remind myself. Oh no, export to PDF. Let me just check. Oh yeah, that's an upgrade issue. But in relation to what you can do for free, certainly you can make notes absolutely for free, and you can make as many notes as you want to. And it's a really great way. I think there's other things you can do here, but to me, that's a fantastic way of making notes and being independent about the videos that you are watching. Okay, let's look at the next idea. So the next idea is here, which is video speed controller. This is a really nice one. So here, you'll see that it's got 100 here. And if I just get rid of that little bar there, if I go to here, this is the Chrome extension called Video Speed Controller. If I click on it and I click Settings, then what it does is it gives you these different shortcut keys, and you can customize these. These are the ones that I've chosen. I can't remember how many of these are default ones, but it allows you to customize the different shortcuts. So with that in mind, what you can do is you can increase and decrease the speed of the video. So if I, for example, press play, and I press
C'est pour mieux t'entendre, mon enfant.
You see, it's much faster now.
Oh, mais grand, que tu as de grandes dents.
C'est pour mieux te manger, mon enfant.
Le loup bondit et se jette sur.
So this is a great way of speeding up or slowing down the YouTube clip. Now, I know that you can do that in the actual interface. If you click here, you can go to where it says playback speed, and you can change it there. But you can see that you've got more of a granular approach here. You can be more specific with your exact speeds. You get less choice here on the speed. And I think that's really useful. If, for example, you're able to cope with watching back videos at 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 speed, it means obviously you can consume the content more quickly. And if you're very busy, you might find it's actually much better to watch things at faster than normal speed, because you can consume more content that way. So I find that's a really, really useful tip. Other things you can do is you've got the R key, which I've customized. So I press the R key, it takes me back to 100, which is obviously standard speed. And if I click it again, it will go back to the previous speed as well. If I go back to, let's look at some other things. Another thing that you can do is you can go to your preferred speed, you see, which is for me 1.6. So if I click on the G key in a second, if I press play,
Le petit chaperon rouge. Il avale d'une bouchée.
Automatically goes to 1.6.
Heureusement, un chasseur passe devant la maison et assiste à la scène.
Resets it to 1.00. So that's really good. Another thing which you can use as well is you can set a marker and jump to the marker. So setting the marker is W, and jumping back to the marker is E. So if I, for example, set the marker here, so I press W, and then I go to say here, and I press E, can you see it's jumped back to where the marker was? So in other words, if there's a point in the video, let's say the phone goes and you need to speak to someone, or you've been distracted by a student, what have you, and you want to go back to that point, if you just press the W key, it will then put a marker in the video. And then when you've finished, you can press the E key, or maybe the video has started going and you have to remember where you want to go back to. You press the E key and it will take you back to that place. So that's really, really useful. It works with audio as well. For example, with a tool like Vocaroo, you can do things like speed up and slow down. That's useful as well. But for encouraging students to be more independent, they could use this to get the speed which best suits them. If they want to slow things down because they find it easier to listen that way, then this could be a really useful tool. But for a teacher use, it could be great for going through content more quickly, for example, to save time. I'll just check if there's anything else I wanted to show you around that. I think that's okay. Oh, you can advance and rewind by 10 seconds if you wanted to. So Z and X. So I press play.
Chaperon rouge.
C'est pour
Rewinding 10 seconds
assez.
at a
Rouge
time,
tire la
Enfin, vraiment.
Heureusement.
and then jumping forward 10 seconds at a time. So there we are. That's a video speed controller, and I find it very useful indeed. And let's carry on. Let's see some more things we can do with YouTube. Okay. The next one, this is really nice. This is called Turn Off the Light. So it's a Chrome extension, and it's really simple. All you have to do is click here on the icon like that. And what happens is, can you see everything is blanked out and turned into, well, in this case, blue. The default color is black, which is a bit boring, but I thought I'd go for blue. And then to change the color, what you do is you, to go back to the original, you click on it again. And if you double click on it, this is where you can choose the color. Okay, so I've gone for that sort of like Twitter blue, but if I wanted to have like a red color, I could do that, and so on and so forth. There's other things you can do with this, but that's the main feature. If you want to sort of blank out any of the content on the YouTube page, you can do that. There's other ways of doing that, but this is a really quick and easy way of being able to do that. So I really like this one. That's called Turn Off the Lights. Okay, completely free to use. Right, let's carry on. The next one is called Screenshot YouTube. So here, as you'd suggest, you just have to click the screenshot icon, which is here, like that. And what it will do is it will allow you to take a screenshot like that. If I click on it right now, there we are, there it is. Obviously, you need to respect copyright while doing that. But if you had the copyright permission to take a screenshot, you could then put that into another tool like Book Creator or Google Slides or what have you, in order to be able to then annotate it or add some text or what have you. So that's another nice little thing that you can do in relation to harnessing the power of YouTube. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one, this is something which you may not be aware of, about the fact that I don't know if it's all YouTube clips, but certainly lots of YouTube clips come with a transcript. And to access that transcript, what you do is you click on where it says more here. It used to be that you clicked on the 3 dots here, and then the transcript option was here, which is that's now changed in the last couple of weeks. And just keep us on our toes. And now you click on the more option, you scroll down, and now can you see it says show transcript? So if I click on show transcript, it will then come up like this, and you've got the whole transcript here. And that's really, really useful, because what you can do with that is you can literally copy all of that if you want to do by dragging over it and copying it, and then you put it into ChatGPT. So for example, let me show you, let me do exactly that. Let me go up to the top now. Okay. And I'm going to copy that. I'm now going to go into ChatGPT, and I'm going to go to a new chat. And I'm going to say, I would like you to summarize this transcript in French at A1 level. Okay, let's see if it does this. Let's be more specific. I would like you to write 10 bullet points. Okay, then we paste in the text. There we are. If the text is too long, it'll say the text is too long and you have to do it in a couple of chunks. That's what I normally do. There we are. Can you see? And it's made a nice little résumé in French at an appropriate level. And if you felt it was, again, too difficult, you could then change it accordingly. But nice little way of being able to use the transcript. Now, there's more tools which allow you to take advantage of that. For example, this one is called YouTubetranscript.com. Now, if I click the share option, okay, and then click copy, and I go back to here, and I go to YouTubetranscript.com, all I have to do is paste in the transcript and click go, it will then find the video and it will then give me the transcript. Now, not only is that useful from the point of view the transcript is then there, but also, can you see, they're all links. So if I want to jump to a place in the video, like here, for example, I click on it and it should, if it works, it should take me straight there, which it isn't. That's interesting. Let me press play.
Le Petit Chaperon Rouge, raconté par le site mondedespetits.fr. Voici l'histoire d'une petite fille,
Okay, that's
très jolie.
It's not working at the moment. It was working when I did this before on my practice. So let's just try it again. If it doesn't work, refresh the page and try again. Okay, and let's try again. So no, it's not working today.
Le Petit Chaperon Rouge, raconté par le site mondedespetits.fr.
Okay, I'm sure that's what I did before. It says jump to video position in transcript. Maybe that's what it is. If I click there now. No, it's just not working. Never mind. There we are. It was working when I was playing around with this yesterday. If I want to copy the entire transcript, I click that and I can copy it, put it into ChatGPT, etc. Okay, no problem. Let's carry on. The next one I find really, really useful, which is called YouTube Summary with ChatGPT. I see I've got a question from Christiane. Thanks for joining us again, Christiane. That's fantastic. So how accurate is the summary done by AI? Well, that's a personal decision, really, isn't it? You have to look at it and decide how accurate it is. Normally, it will be accurate. Occasionally, it might make things up. But if it's based on a transcript, something that ChatGPT and AI models in general are very good at is summarizing text. So it should do a good job. But you'd have to look at it and you'd then have to use your professional judgment to decide whether it was useful or not. Okay. So this one is called YouTube Summary with ChatGPT, which I use a lot. And to show you how it works, I've got it installed here already. And here it is. It's this one that says transcript and summary. And what I'm going to do, if I just click on this button here, or this option here, it will give me the transcript. And you can see it's generating the French automatically. There we are. So it's all there. But there's also the ChatGPT icon. So if I click on that, what will happen is it will launch that transcript in ChatGPT and it will give me a summary automatically. So it's a quicker way of doing what I did manually a moment ago. So you can see here, it's done that, as you can see, and the summary is different from what I had previously. And you can see that it's written it in English. So I could, for example, I could say the following. I could say, could you translate this into French, please? And could you make the language simpler for an A1 learner? Thank you. Okay, so I can then make it simpler as a sort of a graded version. There we are. And you can see there that that's different from what I had previously. So here, if I go back to my previous chat, you can see that the content there is very different, isn't it? It's not sort of, this is more about the content of the story, whereas this is more about the sort of the transcription, as it were, as you can see, and it's more complicated, I would say. So there's a difference there. But then from here, I could do something else. I could say, could you please write a role play between Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf based on the transcript? Thank you. Can you make sure it's in French as well, please, at A1 level? Okay, let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so now I've got the AI to generate a little dialogue between the Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. There we are. And I didn't say the number of words. I could have specified the number of words, but you get the idea. Okay, so that's that one. That is YouTube Summary with ChatGPT. And the next one I'm going to show you is this one, which is YouTube Digest, Summarize and Translate using ChatGPT. This is similar, but it has a few other things that I'd like to point out. So, for example, if I go to here, and this time I click on the Summarize icon, which is there because I've got the extension installed. I click on Summarize, and what it's now going to do is now, as you can see, it's making a summary of the little video like that. Now, the reason it's in bullet points is because that's what I've asked it to do. Now, if I click on the settings option here, like that, can you see it's brought up this window? And what you can do is you can see the summary mode that I've chosen, which is, in this case, summarize the video as a set of bullet points. Now, what you can do if you want to change that is you need to click on the link, the Chrome extension, which I've got here. So if I click on it, what it does, it then brings up the settings page, and this is where I can change it. Now, this is quite fun because you can click here, you can click chat with the video, but then you must click save. In the previous page, it just said summarize. It doesn't allow you to save it at that point. So if you click save, and then you go back like this, and let's refresh the page like this. Okay. Right, we'll just wait for it to load. It might get an ad.
Le petit chaperon.
Okay, so I just wait for the page to load properly, and then I click summarize again. Now this time, because I've enabled the chat option, it should, yeah, can you see? It's now allowing me to chat with the video, which is a bit crazy if you think about it, but let's give it a go. So I'm going to write in French. Est-ce que le loup... No, sorry, let's start again. No, sorry. Est-ce que le loup aime le petit chaperon rouge? So even if you don't know French, you should hopefully be able to work out that means, does the wolf like Little Red Riding Hood? Let's see what happens when I click send. Okay, so now, hopefully, the AI will now answer that question. If it works. Let's see. So what should be happening? Typical. Again, I know this sounds like I'm making it up, but when I tried this yesterday, it was working fine. Let me refresh the page. I do want to see if I can get this to work, because it was great when I tried this previously.
Le petit.
Right. Let's just wait for it to load up, and we'll try again. So summarize. There we are. So let's try again. Est-ce que le loup aime le petit chaperon rouge? Question mark. Right. So then you click send, and perfect. Can you see? Wow, it worked. No, the wolf does not like the Little Red Riding Hood. When I did this yesterday, it said no, the wolf wants to eat Little Red Riding Hood. So it's not consistent, as it were. But you get the idea. So I think this could be a lot of fun. You could have a dialogue with the AI based on the transcript. So it's a bit like what we could do with ChatGPT, but you could do it live within YouTube. So that's quite fun. If we go back to here, you can see the other options: translate the video transcript, summarize the video as a single paragraph, etc., etc. So there's a few options there which you can explore. In addition to that, if we were to go back to the summarize with bullet points and click save, then if I now go back to here and I refresh the page, it gives me the opportunity to download what I've done as a PDF.
Le petit chaperon.
I'll show you. So let's wait for it to reload. There we are. So if I now click here, it's going to create the summary. And can you see it's now giving me the download option? So if I click download, I can download as a PDF, as a Microsoft Word document, etc. I can include timestamps and the video link. So if I choose that, like that, and click export, it should, there we are. Can you see? It's now created a PDF file, which looks like this. There we are. So there's the original video, and you've got it all there. So that's, again, I think that's a summary. That's not just the transcript. That's a summary of the transcript. So that's a really useful, well, I think both of those are really good extensions to have a play around with. Okay. So that's YouTube Digest, and then YouTube Summary with ChatGPT. The next one we're going to have a look at is Edpuzzle. Okay. So if you go to here, I've got the Chrome extension Edpuzzle installed, which means I can now click here, this button, Edit with Edpuzzle, like this. I click on that, and it will then launch Edpuzzle, and it will automatically take that video clip and put it into the Edpuzzle interface. If you haven't seen Edpuzzle before, I'm not going to go through the whole thing now because I haven't got time, but I'm just going to click on questions, and you'll see that here it says generate questions. This is an AI tool built into Edpuzzle. So if I click on that and choose multiple choice, you can see it's created a number of different questions for me. And what I can do is I can click on one of these. Okay, the questions now come up. And if I don't like it or there's a mistake or what have you, I can click on the edit option and I can just edit it and then click save. So that's a nice way in which you can use Edpuzzle and the AI feature in Edpuzzle in order to create questions more quickly. You can still do it in the manual way as well. If I go back to...
Le Petit Chaperon Rouge, raconté par le site mondedespetits.fr.
Okay, I'm going to pause it at that point and I'm going to click multiple choice question. And I'm going to say, I'm doing this in English just quickly. What is the color of the little girl's hat? So there's a bit of a clue in the title, but anyway. So then let's go for red or blue. And then you have to tell Edpuzzle what the correct answer is. So I've clicked on the tick and I click save. Okay, so now we've got all these questions and I then click finish and so on and so forth. So then you'd have to then go in and create a class and assign the video to the class, but I'm not going to show you right now because I haven't got time to do that. But the Edpuzzle extension makes it a lot easier to turn a YouTube clip into a listening comprehension activity using authentic material, using whatever's on YouTube. And you can also use that AI feature to create the questions automatically, which you can then edit if you're not happy with what the results are or the level is too high or what have you. Okay, so that's that one. I'd really encourage you to have a look at this webinar that I did in conjunction with Edpuzzle, along with the amazing Jane Bassnett and Darren White. We did that a couple of years ago now, but it's still very valid and it gives you lots of ideas on the basics of Edpuzzle, as well as some more advanced ideas around differentiation and multimodal feedback as well. The next the next Chrome extension for harnessing YouTube is Quizzes AI. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know Quizzes, which is a formative assessment tool. And what I can do now is I can, let's just get rid of that. I can click on the extension, which I've got open here. Okay, I clicked on that and I click Generate Quiz. I'm already logged into Quizzes. So then that's all I've done. You see, I've taken my hands off the keyboard and I'm just waiting now. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow me automatically, I'm not doing anything else. You have to trust me. Look, I'm showing you, I'm not touching the keyboard. And what it's doing is it's looking at the transcript and it's generating a number of different multiple choice questions based on that transcript. And it's all done there for you. And of course, as before, you can click on edit and you can edit any of the questions if you're not happy with that. But I just think this is a game changer for people that like using quizzes already. It's fantastic. And then you just simply click publish. And there you go. And then you can do a live quiz. We're not going to do a live quiz, but you could do a live quiz, or I could assign this as a homework task. So Quizzes AI is really, really useful, I think. In addition to that, if you copy the link here, as we did previously, another thing that you can do is you can go to create and click on quiz and create from scratch like this. And no, sorry, I made a mistake. Let's do that again. Click on create, quiz, convert URL to quiz. It's this one. And then just paste it. This is basically the same idea, but the Chrome extension makes it even easier. And then click generate question. So again, it's using that link and it's going to then create a quiz based on that link. So the Chrome extension is the same thing, really. It's just it does it a bit quicker, but this is an alternative that you can do as well. There we are. Can you see? It's all done it for us. Now, another way of taking advantage of this link is using a tool called Defit, which I showed in my previous session. For those people that weren't there, you can see this now or watch the recording. So this is a really nice way of creating a graded version of a video clip or a website article, etc. So I've literally just pasted in the link, and then here you can then make different versions of the transcript. So I'm going to go for the second grade version, and you can choose a number of languages here, which is great. So I'm going to choose French, and I'm going to click Generate Resources. I need to be logged in, but I am, so that's good. And now this is now generating the resources for me. And you'll see that just from one URL, it creates a whole range of different resources, which is which is amazing using the AI, I think. And again, you'd have to check it for accuracy, etc. So you see here, we've got the text now, the adapted reading passage in French. We've got a summary. We've got key vocab words. You can add more vocab words if you want to. Again, we've got some multiple choice questions, short answer and open-ended prompts. Now, in addition to that, you can click here where it says show sources. Now, I know it's only the one clip, but let's say you asked it to write a text and you click show sources, it would then be able to show you the different articles it's used to create the text. You can also click on the export and share option, and now you've got this coming up. Okay, so you see here, you've got different slideshows, etc. So if I were to click on a Google Forms quiz like this, and I only want to have the multiple choice questions, then I can then untick all of these like that and click open with forms, and it will then make a Google Form quiz automatically based on that video clip. Okay, so once you've done that, you just have to open up the form, and there it is. Pretty incredible. And then to send that to students, you click send, you click on the link option, you can click shorten URL if you want to, and then you click copy and you share that with whoever you want to share that with. Okay. Another website which also allows you to manipulate different YouTube clips is this one. This is called Tweewd.com, TWEE. And here you can see you've got these different wizards for example, creating YouTube video to text, create questions for a YouTube video, summaries for YouTube video, etc. So let's do this one. Let's do create questions for a YouTube video. So I click on that. I then put in the link like that. It recognizes the video. As long as the video is short, say 5 to 10 minutes maximum, then you'll find or less time than that. And then you choose the type of question you want. I want to have multiple choice. And I'm going to keep it simple A1 to A2. That's great. That's a new feature, actually. I think that wasn't there before, but I may be wrong. Then I love this. It says do the magic. So I click do the magic. And then in seconds, hopefully, it will make a set of different multiple choice questions for me. So let's just wait for it to do that. Normally, it's done it by now, but let's just wait a second. I'm sure we've got all the time in the world to do this, so that's okay. And it should create a number of different multiple choice questions based on the URL. So if you have a look at this website, it's aimed at English teachers, but you can certainly use it if you're a French, German, Spanish, etc. teacher. And sometimes it will produce results in the target language, and sometimes it produces them in English, but you could always translate them using Google Translate or DeepL or some other tool, and you'd be good to go. So I'm surprised it hasn't done it by now. Oh, it has done it for you. So here you can see he's actually creating the transcript in or the questions in English, but I can edit this, I can copy it, I can put it into Google Translate, etc. And that's how you can create your multiple choice questions based on this. And you can see that it's supposed to be at A1 level. So again, you could then translate that, etc. So that's another way of taking advantage of a YouTube URL. Okay, so that was Tweewd.com. There's lots of other things you can do with Tweewd.com, but I thought I would just give you a little taster. Okay, the next few things I'm going to rattle through. So this next one is closed captions and auto translate. So if I go to here and I get rid of that and I click on the little cog here, I can click here where it says subtitles, and I can click there and it says French auto generated. Okay, now we've got the French subtitles. So if I press play.
En rouge, raconté par le site mondespetits.fr.
There we are. And in addition to that, what you can do is you can go to here and you can go to auto translate. And then here you've got a whole range of languages. So it may be that, let's say you come across an interesting video clip around a tool that you want to learn how to use, but it's in Portuguese, for example. So you could then choose another language, like English, and then press play and it will auto-translate.
Voici l'histoire d'une petite fille, très jolie, qui adore mettre le bonnet de velours.
So that could be useful in a languages classroom from the point of view of making those sound spelling links, particularly in light of the new GCSE as well. That could be very useful, I think. So that's how you can auto-translate your video clip on YouTube. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so the next one is this one, which is picture in picture. This is also really useful. So if you go here and you right click like that, can you see it says picture in picture? I'll just show you that again. because I think that was not exactly the method normally that how it works. So let's just.
Le petit chaperon.
Now what you do is you right click. There we are. Can you see this has now come up? Then you right click again. Then you get the picture in picture. So I just wanted to be really clear about that, because you may have got the impression that you just right click once and it doesn't, it's not coming up in the way that it should do. So you have to right click twice, then you click on picture in picture, and now the video is here. Now I could go to another website like ChatGPT, for example, but I can still watch the video at the same time.
En rouge. Raconté par le site.
So as a teacher, if you want to maybe be, watching something or listening to something while doing something else, then the picture in picture feature is really nice for sure. And of course, students could do that as well for independent practice and multitasking, which we know they're all very good at. Okay. You can also, as I've said already, you can change the playback speed. I'll just show you how to do that if that wasn't clear. So you click here like this, and you go to where it says playback speed, and you can go to say 1.75, and there we are, and press play.
mondespetits.fr. Voici l'histoire d'une petite.
It's much more quicker, but I prefer the video speed controller personally, because I just think that it gives you more control. Right, the next one is you can share a video to start at a certain place. So if you go here and you go to share and you go to here, so start at that time. So let's imagine we wanted to start the video after 2 minutes 5 seconds. So I click share at that
Et
point.
bondit sur l'écran. Il l'avale d'une bouchée.
Copy.
Pendant ce temps, le petit chaperon rouge gambade dans les bois à la recherche des plus belles fleurs.
There we are. I go to a new tab. I paste in the link. And it will start after 2 minutes and 5 seconds, like this. There we are. Can you see? So that's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing.
Porte et bondit sur.
There we are. So that's a nice way of being able to share a video at the point that you want to share it. Okay. Right. The next couple of ideas. This is the search filters one. So if I were to, for example, put in Le Petit Chaperon Rouge as a search, you can see that it says filters here. So whenever you do a search, the filters option will come up. And this is really useful if you're looking, for example, for short clips. So if you click, for example, under 4 minutes, then anything that comes up will be under 4 minutes. Or if you want something that's really up to date, you could choose, for example, this week, let's say, or today, or what have you. So then other videos will come up, and that could be very, very useful. So using the filters option is, I think, a great way of finding the content that you want simply and easily. So if I just show you again, you can see, yeah, you've got ones with subtitles. If you're looking for French videos, let's say with subtitles, then this would be a great feature to choose, etc., etc. Okay. And as Windsor is saying in the chat, being able to share specific timestamps is so important. I agree. I totally agree. And this will allow you to do that. Okay. So the next one is keyboard shortcuts. So this is a link here to little keyboard shortcuts on YouTube. So if you're a shortcut fan, this could be really useful. So different things like playing the video by pressing the space bar, or pausing it by pressing the space bar again. That could be really useful. Plus all the other ones which are here, which give you even more control over your YouTube link. Okay. A lot of these, some of these, not a lot of them, some of these ideas were inspired by this YouTube video by Eric Kurtz, who is based in the States. He's a Google ninja, and have a look at this video. YouTube can do that. Question mark, exclamation mark. It's a really good way of getting a nice sort of summary of some of these ideas that I've shared with you. So do have a look at that one as well. I always think it's important to give references. And a world exclusive at today's language show, I'm announcing my brand new 4-part ChatGPT series, or should I say a repeat of one I did in May and in June. I'm running it again in January, every Monday in January, the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th of January. You get 6 hours of content. It's buy 3, get 1 free. So if you pay for the 3 of the sessions, you get all of them for the same price, or you can pay for individual sessions and you get recordings of all of them. You also get the possibility of asking me questions live, but you can just watch the recordings if you prefer. You get all the presentations, you get all the prompts as well that I've used. So it should be really, really useful for you. So do check that out if you're interested. And I'm running each session 3 times each day, one for the Australian market, if you like, at 10 o'clock in the morning, one at 7 o'clock in the evening for the UK and European market, and one at 9:30 in the evening, the US market. You can come to any of them that you want, depending on your timetable. It doesn't matter. That's fine, as long as you've signed up, and I'd love to hear from you. So in addition to that, if you can't wait to get your hands on some recordings, then the June sessions I did with Avant Assessment, an American languages company, then you can just order those right now. You can invoice them and they will send you the recordings. You can see the prices there. And for free, if you would like to, you can join this Facebook group called Language Teach with AI, which I run. And there's 2,500 members already. And if you'd like to join, you can, but please make sure that you fill in the questions and agree to the group's rules, and then you'd be more than welcome to join. And here's the presentation. So if you'd like to scan the QR code or put the link into your browser to look it up, do check out all those different ideas. The managed search engines idea I started off with is a real game changer. I use that literally every single day, multiple times. But all the other clips and all the other ideas, I think that you'll find very useful. And thank you so much to Language Show. Thank you so much to Linguoscope for making this possible. And this is my third session today. I'm going to be helping Helen Myers with the show and tell. So if you want to come along to that, feel free to do so. Thanks, Chris, for sharing the link in the chat. And do consider signing up to my Facebook group, as well as all those fantastic webinar possibilities as well. And if you would like me to come to your school or run an online training session, not only for language teachers, but for whole schools as well, which I'm starting to do as well on AI and ChatGPT, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So I'm going to stop the recording right now and wish you all the best for the rest of your day. I hope you're enjoying the sessions at the Language Show, and you come along on Sunday as well. Thanks so much. So bye for now. I'm just going to stop sharing the screen and I'm going to click end. Thanks so much for all your lovely feedback as well. That's great. Take care. Bye-bye. See you at 5, hopefully, UK time.